Now, I apologize for not getting any videos up the past couple of weeks, which might have been better videos, but as you can see, the eggplant got severely trimmed. The tomatoes, the larvae are starting to attack them now, whereas they were leaving them alone before. I guess there was enough eggplant for them to feed off of, so this tomato plant's still trying, and it's got a couple suckers I can probably pull off, spray down, and root if they'll just hang in there a little bit longer. This one's dying down pretty badly for some reason. That one back there is still trying to hang on, that tomato plant there, but it was buried anyway before. The blackberries are still hanging in there. I'm probably going to pull them around to the back the best I can, hang them off the back so I can spray some actual poison on them. The cucumbers are still hanging in there. They're still, still developing cucumbers and blooms. You can see the blooms on the cucumbers down here. They've got a little bit of brown leaf, but not much. And these lettuces in here that started making a comeback, they still look fairly good, but they do have the brown leaf going on with them too. And I don't know what this black powdery stuff on this developing up here is on the top of the bed. I've got it in a couple of the beds now. I think it's something from that gnat larva. These two suckers that I started to root, we're doing really well. They're still hanging in there, but they're starting to get a little bit of brown leaf, so I guess those bugs are beginning to attack them too. It drives me crazy because I tried everything except poison, and now I'm actually going to spray poison because they're even starting to attack the squash, and I've got squash buds and blooms all over this, and I'm about to lose some of the buds to the bugs attacking them. Which is very upsetting to say the least. So, and there's just a cloud of the insects in here. I mean, the kohlrabi's trying, but if you can, I know I shake terribly, but if you can see all the white dots, that's the larva. They attack the leaves, they eat into the veins of the leaves, and that's why the leaves are browning and dying. So I'm probably going to cut some of the greenery off of the squash, line the bed with newspaper, spray it with an actual poison, and go from there. How's that getting down in the water? Let's move that around. The turnips look terrible. I pulled this one cabbage just a few minutes ago, and it's still covered up with the larva, and that's all the roots that came with it. As long as that cabbage has been there, it should have had some a lot more root than that to it. So the larvae are still down in the beds eating stuff, so I'm probably going to pull most of the stuff out of the beds, flood the beds, leave them flooded for about 30 minutes, and then get them cycling again, and hopefully that will drown most of the larvae, and I'll be able to continue forward. Because right now the flood drain, if the larvae do go underwater, they're not under it long enough to kill them. So I'm going to have to try something different. Nothing seems to be working, and it's very disappointing because these cabbages started off doing so well, and now they just look horrendous. The red cabbage is hanging in there, but they're still covered up. If you can see all the little white dots on them, and we've been trying to spray every week. But like I said, I've been down for a couple of weeks, so the cauliflower is trying to hang in there. The broccoli, I have no idea what caused all this. That head has turned brown. This head's still just beginning to form. It looks okay. That one turned brown. This one's got some kind of mold on it. This one was just forming, so it's okay. That one was just forming and is okay. That one has some brown on it. A couple in the back are looking pretty good still. So they might be salvageable if I can get the daggone bugs under control. It is extremely disappointing to come out here and find things in this kind of condition. It's just part of what happens with my back being the way it is. I can only do so much. I come out and I'll feed the fish, but I don't have time to mess with the system, or I can't mess with the system. So things are just getting destroyed by this one insect that I can't seem to get rid of no matter what I do. So we're going to spray some poison for them on the stuff that's planted in the ground. We're going to cover the beds with, because they're still eating the radishes. So we're going to cover the beds with newspaper, spray the poison on, actual poison on these plants, and then pull the newspaper up and do it on all the beds. Same thing with the plants up there. I can literally pull them out, spray them, and then set them back. So, but most of those are going to be being pulled up, and what lettuce we can salvage, we'll salvage. So, but that's the state of the system. That's the one stupid bug that I couldn't figure out how to get rid of. I did try the BT. I tried a couple other things, and nothing seemed to work. As you can see, this gravel is brown here. It's just covered with the larvae. So I don't know. For all I know, that brown is larva poop. So we're going to flood the beds, scrub the gravel down, pull what we can, salvage what we can, and spray everything. And hope that doing it that way won't kill the fish. So